Good morning. I'm just going to close this. Good morning, everybody. It is 56. There you go. It is the 26th of August. Oh my God, the summer is coming to an end. I hope you're well. This is definitely the earliest stream. It's 9 a.m. here. I have some classes later on this morning, so I wanted to get a stream in early. I hope you're well. If you're enjoying the streams, please like. If you haven't already, welcome. And maybe you could possibly subscribe. I don't know. Let's see. What we're doing is we're playing 80 Days, which is an adaptation of the novel Around the World in 80 Days by Jules Verne. But there's a kind of a twist to it. It's a steampunk twist to this game, you know? So there's like... What was it? A mer train yesterday. A train that could go underwater. It's quite a cool game. This is our second rerun. We're going to go a different route this time. We've got to get around the world in 80 days. We took a bet. Yeah, we took a bet from at the Reform Club. And hang on, give me a second. We're going to jump into the game now. We took a bet. We've got to go around the world in 80 days. Let's jump into the game, shall we? See if the volume is working. I had so many problems yesterday with this game. With the audio. Lots of stuff. Okay, it's looking good. We're in Amsterdam, everybody. Amsterdam. Amsterdam. Let's have a quick look. I have never been to Amsterdam, which might sound strange because it's very, very close. A lot of my friends have lived there, and everyone seems to really like it. But I've never really... when I think of Amsterdam, I think kind of drunk tourists, you know? Drunk British tourists. It's not really my cup of tea. Although I would love to visit the Van Gogh museum. You know, that would be definitely on my to-do list if I went there. Maybe I'll have to go someday. All right, let's get back into it. So where were we? We arrived in Amsterdam. Market Hotel Plan. Have a look at Plan. All right. We can go to Christiania, which is Copenhagen, isn't it? This is the kind of... I thought it was like a massive squat or something. We can go to Berlin. Vienna. Now, the last time we went down this way, didn't we? So today we're going to go... All right, so that's not Christiania. It's a different place completely. You can see here the money that we have. We have £3,670. It's 9 p.m. What do you think? Berlin? Berlin could be fun. One car can drive by public carriage to Munich, but the journey is a tiring one. I should think this departure could be adjusted to negotiate. Thoroughly ungentlemanly behavior. Absolutely not. Okay, so let's forget about that. The Florijour departs for Christiania in 2 days at 12 o'clock noon. 2 days. We're going to go for it. Okay, so that means we have 2 days. How do I get out of this? I've forgotten how to play the game. Berlin. This is worth... Look at this. This is our inventory. I have a bottle of wine that's worth £2,300 in Berlin. Okay, everybody, we're going to Berlin. 2 days. Let's do it. Okay, so we're stuck in Amsterdam. Now, how do I get out of here? Overview, take screenshots, settings. Okay, alright, that's it. Well then, we're going to be stuck in Amsterdam for 2 days. We'll pass the night in a nice hotel. Though the people of Amsterdam move about its canal-side streets with a sense of optimism and good cheer, I felt no pressing need to linger, to hang around, to wait. One look at their building tells another story. Our own mission left little time for exchanging pleasantries. Okay, let's go, let's look at the buildings. The famous Amsterdam buildings. So though the people of Amsterdam move about its canal-side streets with a sense of optimism and good cheer, one look at their buildings tells another story. Perhaps 200 years ago, this was the center of the world. But these days, tulips are no longer considered more valuable than gold. The Zulu diamond fields have drawn away the trade. Of course, yeah, the Dutch, incredible bankers, weren't they? I think they made a lot of innovative banking ideas, you know? Like a really, really small country, but I think they were like the richest country in the world. Alright, the Zulu diamond fields have drawn away the trade from Europe, and the importance of Amsterdam is a little faded. I sympathize. Bien sûr, France's own position has been precarious since the war with Prussia, the debacle with Napoleon. Since the war with Prussia, which did not, to put it mildly, resolve in our favor. The French lost. Would I walk along the Seine one day, thinking back to our days of lost glory? I approached a street peddler. I did not think I would find out. Pedal, to pedal is a funny word. Now, if I'm on a bicycle, I pedal my bicycle, yeah? You know, the pedals is what you move the bike. But here, a peddler means to sell. Somebody selling things in the street, yeah, to peddle. It's kind of an old word. You don't really see it that much these days. I approached the street peddler for advice, who greeted me with a cheerful smile beneath a caterpillar-like mustache. We are going around the world. What's the cheapest way out of the city? What's the fastest way out from here? Okay, we're going around the world, I declared. Ha ha, he replied. You're like the influenza, like the flu. The peddler reached into his pocket. Buy an apple, £1. I bought it. I shook my head. Maybe if I buy an apple, he'll be nice to me. I bought it and took it with a smile. What's the cheapest way out of the city? He mused, he thought. Most likely the hydrofoil heading north to Norway, he shrugged. It's fine enough if you don't mind being jolted about, so it's a bit uncomfortable. And it's not exactly going around the world. Unless you don't mind which way, haha. Is Norway worth visiting? Is it fast? Is Norway worth visiting? The Viking Museum? He shrugged and made a vague gesture. I hear the Norwegians are moving underground. Who knows? They have strange ways over there. There was, of course, the route following the canals south. In particular, the route towards the Rhine, though I feared that to end up in Munich after nearly a week of travel would hardly please my hard-driving master. So many choices, all that remained was to choose how best to depart. Your funds have gone down a little. Alright. Munich is opened. Okay, when is it? We're going to go to Berlin, right? Tomorrow, 8 o'clock, okay. Do I go here? Let's explore. So tomorrow, 8 o'clock, we've got a full day. Copenhagen, I took a few hours to explore. So I went sightseeing, yeah? I went for a wander around the city. Every day I walk to work. I go A to B, I walk straight to work. But sometimes if I visit a new city, or even in Alicante, I go for a wander, I go for a stroll. I'm not going anywhere in particular, I'm just taking a walk, yeah? So I took a few hours to explore, investigating the various options for how we might continue our journey. You can manage another case, can't you, Passport? Let's go to the market and see what they got. Wow. Wow. Okay, how many bags can we take to Berlin? Berlin? 2 bags. Okay, so we're gonna have to sell some stuff. So let's go to the market quickly. What can we sell? Wool trousers? Nothing. Sell it. No. I think I'm going to need this for the north. Okay, I'm going to sell this. I'll put this over here. I'm going to put this over here. I want the lost Rembrandt. This is what? Where? Munich. We can't afford the European carriages list. It could be quite good though. What about if I move this one? How much is this worth? £11. Alright. New market. I guess that's the new market. Created from the filling in of several canals, this is a thriving spot for trade. So, I read once that, you know, German, Dutch, and English are all very, very similar languages. I suppose they're Germanic languages. What I read was that if you can speak English, so somebody from Holland is Dutch, yeah, a Dutch person, the Dutch football team. We actually have some expressions. Let's have a quick look while I start. Dutch is an interesting word, D-U-T-C-H. We have some expressions in English. To go Dutch. To go Dutch is, I go for lunch with my friend, okay? And we have lunch. It's very nice. And then the bill comes. And my friend suggests to me, shall we go Dutch? Shall we go Dutch? What do you mean, shall we go Dutch? Shall we go Dutch means to split the bill 50-50. I pay half and my friend pays the other half, yeah? To go Dutch. What else? Dutch courage. Courage is to be brave, yes? Dutch courage. Dutch courage is an expression meaning you drink alcohol before you do something to calm yourself down, I was in Cappadocia in Turkey, and I did a hot air balloon. Ride, and it's really early in the morning, like at dawn, you know, because I think it's for the wind and stuff. It's not too hot or whatever. That's when all the balloons go off. It's really famous, Cappadocia. And let's have a look. Cappadocia. I think this is how you spell it. Is it? Yeah, look. You can see here all the balloons go off in the morning. It's very, very beautiful, you know. And I did this. I did a balloon flight here in Cappadocia. It's a very strange place. It's very, very beautiful. But I was talking to this Argentinian guy because I am scared of heights. Yeah, I don't like being high up. I don't like being really, really high. Well, not even really high. I just don't like being high up, you know. And so I was really nervous about this hot air balloon. I was worried that I might make a fool of myself and be like, whoa, you know, let me out. So I was very stressed about this because it's a, you know, you can't get up, can you, you know? And I was with this Argentinian guy. We were talking in the morning, and he was doing a balloon flight as well. So what we did was we had a couple of shots of, I don't remember what it was, yeah, whiskey or something like that, yeah, vodka, I don't remember. But we had this like 6 a.m. in the morning. So we did a couple of shots for Dutch courage, yeah, to calm our nerves, yeah. And it worked. I had a great time. It really did work, yeah. So there's two expressions that we use. To go Dutch is to split the bill, to go 50-50, and Dutch courage when you're really nervous, yeah? You might drink some alcohol. All right, anyway, let's continue with our story. Oh, look, some more routes have been discovered. I mean, wow, lots of routes. Now, this is the carriages, right? Bucharest. We went Meteora Valley the last time. We went Izmir. We went to Istanbul. We went down here the last time. We didn't go to Marrakesh. That's the wrong way. Wow. Okay, so it's 7 p.m. I always consider Ram around. Was it a poor man's Gainsborough? Okay, let's go to pass the night in the hotel. With what remained of the day, I buffed and shone my master's pocket watch, so I cleaned it. I ran a few errands for the hotelier. I went out to explore a little and found a cheerful Greek madame who had lost a purse, which I helped to find, and who then, between fits of shouting, mentioned that the fastest way to Venice is via Munich. I paid £1 for the information. I asked her how she knew. I assured her we were unlikely to head that way. I could not guess why you're on this trip anyway, she says. Right, we're going to depart. Berlin. Uncomfortable conditions on the open road. This will be a bothersome route, but the travelling cloak should soften things a little. Let's go for it. Alright, you can see here we're on a kind of steampunk little car thing moving along. Our next leg of the journey was another short trip in a car. I bounded in, I jumped in, eager to get started. We hired the same driver as before. You too, she exclaimed. Get in! Okay. Converse. Greetings, driver. I cannot drive well if you are talking to me. I gathered one can drive by public carriage from Berlin to Munich, but the journey is a tiring one. I have nothing to say. What about Zurich? Sounds unlikely. Here's something I do know. Does anyone know what happened to Belgrade? Goodbye! Okay, so she's not very conversational. She's not very chatty, is she? As we departed Amsterdam for Berlin, I begged Monsieur Fogg to allow me to turn the wheel. Allow me a turn at the wheel, so I want to have a go driving. He looked to our driver, who smiled and happily moved to one side. The wheel, the steering wheel, beneath my hands was like nothing I have experienced before. Almost an electrical sensation. Such a responsibility. Knowing the slightest sneeze could send us veering into a ditch, to a hole. The mechanism of the car, I drove by sheer instinct. The mechanism of the car was quickly grasped. The first lever produced forward movement. The sideways levers controlled our gearing and hence rate of power. The wheel, of course, was to be turned rapidly at all times to release steam into the pistons. We made good time, though at the end of the day my palms were scorched and red hot. Now I know why drivers wear gloves. Ah, okay. Okay, so this is Fogg's health, yeah? We made good progress in the car. Toot, my friends, toot! Beep, beep! Finally, we came upon sight of tiled roofs, the harbour, and the smell of herring, the fish. We had arrived in Berlin. Nice. Okay, not too bad. He's 97. A sleep will do him. The Chateau Bois. The young wine could earn us well here. Okay, it's 11:16. Oh, right, here. 2 days. I think the departure could be negotiated. £68. Alright, let's go to the hotel. Again, we shall pass the night here. We stayed for the night in the Hotel Adlon on Unter den Linden, the main boulevard in the central Miete district. From the window, that's me trying to do a German accent, by the way, sorry. I apologize for the really poor accents here. From the window, the Brandenburg Gate was lit by upturned gas lamps. I decided to retire early. I went for a late night stroll. Nice word, stroll. To go for a stroll, to go for a walk, to go for a wander. Yeah, to just go for a walk. Along the avenue, past groups of people drinking at low tables. I sat down beside a pair of ladies. I sat with a man who was demonstrating various engine noises. I stayed clear at all. Yeah, let's go for the ladies, who are each trying to outdrink the other. Ooh. I kept score. As jug by jug they slid slowly underneath the outdoor table and onto the cobblestone beneath. The evening was riotous, and I learned from my new friends Adele and Claudia that some buyers will pay well for pocket altimeters from Stockholm. Let's explore. Berlin, they tell me, was once filled with the glorious sound of people speaking French. Not so anymore. Now there is nothing but the crashing of gears as machinery. It seemed so foul on the streets we did not go out. No, just the crashing of gears. Every street corner is equipped with rotaries and wheel systems that spin glass globes this way and that. Their purpose is quite unclear, but when I investigated one, by throwing my shoes at it, by clambering up the pole, to climb up the pole, using my acrobatic training, much to my master's horror, I found it was a solid crystal sphere with no openings and nothing inside. The mystery persisted until nightfall, when these globes all lit up and the people of Berlin clustered around the warmth of the globes to drink beer and converse. It seems they work hard, but they celebrate with equal vigor. We joined the merriment. We joined the party. We avoided the party. Let's join it. We joined the merriment to be merry. Merry Christmas, earning ourselves the offer of a lift all the way to Bucharest from a stocky blonde man who spoke only in dour monosyllables. I sipped at a mug of beer with thick head and recoiled in horror. Ugh, these fiends, these monsters, put wheat in their beer. So you have, like in German, wheat beer, don't you? The afternoon turned to evening and we finished our explorations of Berlin. I want to go to the market! Hey. Okay, we gotta go to Munich, everybody. I I don't want anything here. Seems like we have made an excellent trade. Stockholm, 4 bags, 88. Copenhagen, 3 bags, 2 days. Ten bags. What do you think, everyone? Let's go to Warsaw. No, let's go to Stockholm. No. Do it. We're going by air, the Nordic Flyer. The Nordic Flyer was a small chartered airship crewed by a trio of Norwegian women. One ancient, one middle-aged, and one with flashing blue eyes, in the prime of her life. With flashing blue eyes, whom I was frankly rather afraid of. The ropes were loosened and we drifted up into the skies. Your relationship with Fogg has improved slightly. Well, that's a good thing. Make sure he's better. Thank you, my good man, I feel better. I've been grooming my boss. And not like that, being, you know, having a shave or something. I mean. So why are you going to Stockholm? Asked Mademoiselle Elsa Ekius, youngest of the 3. We're going around the world! We will be going into Russia. We're going around the world! She clapped her hands, and we are part of your route. That's wonderful. Tell me, where else have you been? I told her. But her interest rapidly waned. I have been to Berlin too, she said, and Paris. Yours is not much of an adventure. It waned, decreased, her enthusiasm, her interest. We're only just starting, I replied, but I could not help but agree. We will have more of a tale to tell in a few weeks. Oh, she replied, eyes glittering. I do hope so. With that she bowed her head and left me be. Greetings, Elsa! Hello to you! I've heard that Stockholm is linked to Warsaw above the Baltic ferry, but the fare is worth saving up for. What about Stockholm to Moscow? I wish I knew, but some buyers will pay well for pocket automobiles from Moscow. But answer me this, if you could have any job, what would you have? I would be a valet, born to be... Alright. Valet, notice I didn't say valet, Spanish students, yeah, valet. So kind of butler, isn't it? Yeah, an assistant. What about, where's Regina? Is this Italy? What about Minsk? I wish I knew, but the quickest way to Minsk from here is via Helsinki. What about apples? Hey. What about Moscow? Okay. Ekaterinburg by rail. Vladivostok. You mentioned trains. I've been told I knew a man who had quite an adventure aboard the Hermitage from Herat to Kabul. What about Pyongyang? I believe so. One can travel by fisherman's boat from Vladivostok to Pyongyang, North Korea. But the journey is a tiring one. Right, so maybe that could be our route, everybody. We could go up to Vladivostok in Siberia, the far east of, wow. Moscow, Ekaterinburg, Omsk, Vladivostok, and then down to Pyongyang. Okay, that's what we're going to do. We spent most of the day crossing the lower wastes of Sweden, empty fields with scattered houses, an airship in the skies and haystacks below. All of life is here. My friend, Mademoiselle Ekias, joined me at the rail. It is wonderful, is it not? It seems poor to me. It has a rustic, rural charm, you know? Provincial. One day, when I am done with gentlemen, such place will be home. Okay, we're gonna be nice. It has a rustic charm. She says it's wonderful, right? It is a poor place, she replied. My mother and her mother left that world behind when they inherited this balloon, and we are not going back. None of us are! And now you are pilots. She nodded. Now we fly above the world rather than crawl around on it. There was a call from the upper deck. We were above Stockholm. The eldest woman threw out the painter and it unraveled down to the ground. Slowly, we descended towards the city. Eldest, old, elder, eldest. The Elder Scrolls, you might know the video game, right? We use this only for people, yeah? Elderly, my elderly grandmother, you know, she's very old, but we wouldn't say, you know, you could say Rome is an old city, it's an ancient city, you wouldn't say it's an elderly city. It doesn't work, only humans. You say it for like an animal, you say a dog, my dog is elderly. No, my dog's old. Stockholm, everybody! 220. A drinking horn worth 3,800 Anatolia, but I don't want to go to Anatolia. Ooh. This could be interesting. Sell. Buy. Damn it, we didn't sell it in Munich. An unstealable wallet attached to the inside. Absolutely have that one. Salve of Arnica, a healing salve for tired joints and bones. I'm gonna have that. What's the drinking horn? A Viking drinking horn. 64 pounds. I mean, we're pretty rich at the moment, but I don't think we need it. Okay, plan. So we're going to Stockholm. Okay, so we need to go. Okay, what we need to do then is we need to kind of investigate the town, yeah? Okay, it's 8 p.m. Right, we can. It's 8 p.m. Let's have a sleep. And then maybe we can get some more information if we walk around the town. We found our hotel to be very well appointed and we're glad of it. Because the streets outside became fearfully cold as night fell. It's a wonder people can live in such a chilly place, a cold place. There's something beautiful to this bleak city. Bleak, very minimal. Think dark, I don't know. You know what I mean? Not colourful, very bleak. It's a wonder people can live in such a chilly place. I remarked to my master, who gave me a look even chillier in response. People live everywhere. A cheerful thought. Like ants. From the way he turned his head, it was clear that Monsieur Fogg found my remark distasteful, but he made no particular rejoinder. Okay, my relationship has gone down a little bit. My character is now dependable. Okay, let's explore, try to find out some more routes. Or routes, as our American friends say. We met a middle-aged Swede. So someone from Sweden is a Swede by the name of Sven Goran Eriksson, who offered to show us around during the day. The city was undergoing vast development everywhere we looked. New land was being dredged from the water, so they're reclaiming the land. Great monstrous machines moved the very earth. Okay, let's go for the first one. And buildings made of granite slabs rose like Egyptian temples, block by block, almost as we watched. We are building the future here in Sweden. We are very advanced, Sven told me. You must be very proud. Do you have good transportation? This is more interesting, I think. I asked on behalf of my master, who would never, of course, lower himself to ask the question directly. The best, he replied. The specifics were somewhat harder to come by. I asked about Russia. I asked about the Duchy of Finland. Okay, Russia. Our northerly route was destined to cross the Tsar's borders soon. Sven looked thoughtful. Russia is not a very happy place. Wow, some things never change, yeah? He remarked, though getting him to say more than that was impossible. We took our leave of him. We left. He seemed almost sorry to see us go. I suspect he was a lonely soul. Alright, we're going to go to, Jesus. Okay, we're going to go to Helsinki in 2 days. Nothing there. Let's go to the hotel. As night fell, I attended to Monsieur Fogg. I engaged another guest in conversation. He's at 99, so he's fine. So let's go talk to some other people. I engaged another guest in conversation to find out what I could, hearing from her that merchants in Moscow will pay fantastic amounts for absinthe from Budapest. A most interesting snippet of information, a little bit snippet, tiny piece of information. Again, let's go crash out. Alright. Before retiring, I polished our shoes and hat rims. I went out to explore a little. He's at 100, he's fine. Who? What? I went out to explore it and found a nervous Greek errand boy who is looking for a child. An errand boy is like an office assistant, I suppose. The errand boy thanked me, and as we talked, remarked that some buyers will pay well for fur coats from Tromsø. I thanked him. I assured him we were unlikely. Okay, I thanked him. And he shrugged and went about his affairs. He went about his day. Let's get out of here, everybody. Go. The Baltic Ferry. In Ireland, we have an expression, it's Baltic outside, meaning it's freezing. So I think it's particular to Ireland, yeah? It's blatant Baltic outside. We left Stockholm promptly and without a fuss. Why? Well, obviously we say Baltic because it's a very cold place, but I don't know why we've chosen that place in particular. Right. Balloonist kidnappers exposed at World's Fair. What? We were talking to balloonists, weren't we? In Paris. The ferry left Stockholm terminal and cut into the Baltic Sea for the short crossing to Helsinki. I feasted on herring and small battered fish. I leaned out over the rail with a few other passengers. Well, I'm Irish, so we're not going to eat fish, yeah? So I'm going to hang out with the other passengers. one of whom, a young Finnish girl, passed the time by trying to teach me a little of the language. It was an ugly-sounding beast of a tongue. The grammar appeared terribly complex. It was an ugly-sounding beast of a tongue. And so I quickly began to teach her French instead, because you've got to remember, I am French. An altogether more worthwhile pursuit. I asked my new friend how we should proceed from Helsinki. What could she tell us of the journey into Russia? The only way onwards is to St. Petersburg or to turn back. If it was for me, I would turn back. I do not think my master would like that. The girl laughed and perhaps head south. I think there is a road from Minsk to the edge of the Black Sea. But why didn't you plan your trip before taking it? We docked at Helsinki in the early evening and disembarked. We got off the boat. I waved a cheerful goodbye to the girl as I left the boat. Alright, Minsk to Odessa. Soviet America. So, American train timetable, don't need it. Buffalo hides, valuable in St. Petersburg and Odessa. Kalevala, a copy of the Finnish mythological epic, neatly bound. It will move 3,800. Part of the Russian gentleman's hat and a monkey wrench. £4. Hide, valuable. What do you think, everyone? We should get a hat? This is worth a lot of money in 79.38. Okay, we're going to go for that one. We don't need an American timetable yet. Now, if I buy it, will it show me the routes for the whole game, or do I have to have it when I arrive in America, you know? I don't know. What do you think, everyone? How much is it? £3. Let's try it. We'll do it as an experiment, yeah? Okay. I'm probably buying too much stuff here, but I'm a tourist. I'm buying some souvenirs. Yeah, look, it does show. Okay, cool. Las Vegas, Salt Lake City, Albuquerque, New Orleans, Miami. Okay, that could be useful for the way back. Okay, let's have a look for our plan. Tomorrow, 9 AM. We're going to do that one, alright? Alright, good. Hotel Helsinki. In the lobby of our little hotel, there were 15 different varieties of vodka, flavored with various herbs and berries. My Finnish friend from the boat, Aisha, joined me. Did I mention we had arranged to meet? Perhaps I neglected to say. I sampled the strawberry first. I tried the licorice then. Licorice for me is disgusting, yeah? I cannot even smell licorice. It's disgusting. So there's no chance I would try licorice. I'm going to go for strawberries. I found it enjoyable, if not revelatory, though it made Aika giggle. After that, I moved on to the bilber. I'm not going near the licorice. And that quite took my fancy. That took my fancy, meaning I liked it. Someone can state to me, like, what do you want to do? You know, what do you want? I'm meeting my friend, we're going for lunch. I said, you know, I fancy a pizza. I fancy a pizza. Meaning, I would like to have a pizza. Do you fancy going to the cinema tonight? Do you want to go to the cinema tonight? Yeah? Another way of saying that would be like feel. I feel like. Now I can feel cold, I can feel tired, but I meet my friends and they say, Brian, what do you want to do? And I say, you know what? I feel like a pizza. Yeah, I fancy a pizza. Just different ways of saying want. Okay? After we finished, Alicia's company was equally pleasurable, and after we finished in the bar, we went for a sauna. The Finns are, it seems, quite unprudish, quite generous. To be a prude, how would you describe this? To be prudish is very conservative, you know? To be very, very conservative. So to be unprudish is quite liberal, I suppose. So let's go for it. Let's go for a sauna. I have never been in a sauna, everybody. Never. They are quite unprudish about their bodies and have a wonderfully cavalier approach to what is seen where. Oh well, as they say, when in Rome, I could not bring myself to do it. Okay, so this is the guy's French, so he's going to be totally into this. So here's the expression, idiomatic expression, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. Okay, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. But often we just contract it to when in Rome. What does that mean? It means if you go to a new place, a different country, you do what everyone else is doing, you know, you kind of follow the customs, the traditions and stuff like that, yeah, when in Rome. Okay, let's go for it. And when in Helsinki, haha, it really is too cold not to enjoy the cabin with its smoking wood burner. After we had heated ourselves, past perfect there, we rushed outside to jump in the river. Past perfect, past simple, two things are happening in the past. What happened? We went to the sauna, we heated up, we warmed ourselves up, and then we jumped in the river. Alicia rushed off to jump in the river. I remembered Monsieur Fogg and made my excuses. Okay, go on, we're going to jump in the river. I wouldn't do that really there. But I did not fancy the biting cold and retired to the bar. Good man, passepartout. You were most entertaining, passepartout, Asia declared. Here, something to remember me by. She gave me a kiss on the cheek, laughing when I blushed. Beet red, to blush, to go red. As a mark of friendship. Terribly forward behavior. Okay, come on, it's a mark of friendship. Your character is now zestful. So I guess I'm like whistling down the road as I go home. Let's get out of here. St. Petersburg, everybody. Built on a marsh, you know. Mild seas and cold weather, this promises to be a wearisome journey, but the Russian costume should see us to rights. Yeah, I think St. Petersburg was like built on marshes, and also when they built the city, like thousands of people died building the city, you know, because it was like really, really bad land. I suppose they had to dredge it. There's mosquitoes, everything, disease. There's a quote, isn't there, like that St. Petersburg was built on bones, you know, from the workers. I think, yeah. We boarded a ferry for the short journey to St. Petersburg. Let's have a conversation. Greetings, Monsieur Ingolf. What ho? They say the Tsar is taking heavy-handed action in St. Petersburg. St. Petersburg to, well, whatever it's called, we're going there. My good man, the quickest way to Ekaterinburg from here is through Moscow. But now listen, you think we are Finn? What's his name again? Yes. I'm not. I don't understand the word of the language either. My mother had a wonderful time aboard the freight train from Ekaterinburg. 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 Ekaterinburg, that sounds very Russian, German, right? Yekaterinburg. It's a city in Russia east of the Ural Mountains. It's known for its gold-domed church never heard of it, to be honest, but I'm sure there are plenty of cities in Russia I've never heard of. Come on. Alright, it's right in the center, isn't it? It's in the middle of nowhere, everybody. Absolute middle of nowhere, I imagine. We're trying to get over here to Vladivostok. Oh, where am I? No, Vladivostok's over here, right? Jesus, there are like no cities here or something. Vladivostok, where's South Korea, North Korea? It's over here somewhere, isn't it? Yeah. Maybe my Google Maps is really bad. Anyway, alright. We'll come back to that later on. What time is it? 50. Okay, so I'm going to be finishing soon. I'm going to be back tomorrow, okay? No idea, but now I hear the commercial port has been relocated. It's now a military town. What about to Yokohama? Yes, Vladivostok is linked to Yokohama by Korean trade, but it's slow going. I don't know what this... Manila, let's put Manila. Indeed, and you're a woman who designed parts for the steamship Gates of the East from Yokohama to Manila. I think we were in Manila last time, weren't we? The journey along the Baltic was plagued by ice-fingered winds, as though Russia wished to warn us in advance of the coldness of our welcome. But the people were warm enough. I stayed at the rail, but the people were warm enough. And there was quickly impromptu music in the ballroom below decks, where I was made to dance. I'll never turn down dancing. That's a joke. Being the only true eligible bachelor aboard. Alright, so an eligible bachelor, so he's single, he's not married, so he's, you know, a bachelor is like a single man, right? Bachelor. Monsieur Fogg, I believe, was exempt from the other passengers' calculations. I am not entirely certain why, but it has no doubt pleased him to stay seated. Parbleu, could he even dance? After several hours, I noticed Monsieur Fogg had taken his leave and stayed out without remorse, and made my own excuses. Yeah, we better get back to the boss. Okay, you like that? Shankar could earn us well here. Okay, we've got knitted gloves. A sailor's hat thing. Boots could be good. Maybe, I think boots are a good idea. Can I sell this? We're definitely going to be on boat, aren't we? So we're going to go for that one, yeah? Anything else? Wool trousers. Don't need that. Alright. We'll pass the night. Okay, it's late. Nevsky Prospect, immortalized by Dostoevsky and Gogol, would have been unrecognizable to these venerable writers, these famous writers. Imperial soldiers filled the streets in Galitzin Kundunki, enormous black iron hydraulic walkers. So more steampunk stuff. They were battling, they were fighting rioting peasants. They're fighting with the poor people, the peasants. We stayed boldly and decisively. Yeah, definitely stay away from that. and so little more than the occasional flying fragment of stone bashed out of some wall somewhere. Your character is now dependable. Let's quickly explore. Wow. I spent a few hours in exploration, learning ways in which we might travel onwards, forwards. Alright, we're going to leave it there. I have to go to work, everybody. I will be back tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow morning as well, probably the same time, 9, half 9, something like that, yeah? So, if you enjoyed this, like and subscribe. It's quite a nice little game. It's just, you know, there's some vocabulary. It's kind of a funny little story. I hope you're liking it. So, if you do, yeah, like and subscribe. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a fantastic day. It's Tuesday, the 26th, the last week of August, so enjoy it, okay? I'm back to work on Monday the 1st. Yay! So that's really exciting. See you later. Take care. Bye-bye.